Hi everyone, this is Radull live, a slight technical hitch, but we are up and running and I have the queens in the house. But before we get there, I do need to say congratulations to Maxine Wahome and Chantal Young. Yes, they were the all Kenyan women team that part of Team Thika that represented us at the Rally Championships, and they finished. That was their goal, to finish, and they finished. And yes, their points went towards the Kenya National Rally Championships, not the World Rally Championships, but still it was an achievement, so congratulations to them. Remember, Kesho, 3 p.m, Gor Mahia versus AFC Leopards. I've been told I'm the jinx, so I think I'm going to wear a Leopards jersey tomorrow. But we shall see. Guys, to speak Kenyanese, with no further ado, allow me to introduce the queens in the house. Rachel Mwema, habari yako? You're fine? And Essie Akida. By the way, Essie, this is long overdue. This conversation is long overdue. You should have been here like a year ago.
Long time ago. But
at least it's happening now. First of all, congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
You are champions of the FKF Women's Premier League. How does it feel? Rachel, how does it feel?
It's a very wonderful feeling for me.
You can speak up, my dear. Speak like a champion. There's no humility here. Huh?
Swahili.
It feels good, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Essie, how does it feel to be champions of Kenya?
It's such a great feeling, and especially now that Sekafa Club Challenge was introduced. Wacha tu.
So now Thika Queens is going to represent Kenya at the Sekafa Challenge, eh?
We're not sure, just hope.
We hope,
yeah.
We hope, because we know the challenges of Kenyan football. But I just want to say congratulations, back-to-back championships, because you were defending champions as well, but you were not at Thika Queens at the time. I want us to go through how you got into football, and then we will discuss other things like your challenges, your hopes, your dreams. Rachel, how did you get into football?
Okay.
And speak to me like you speak to your teammates on the pitch. I know you speak Nanguvu when you shout, let a ball. Huh?
No, I don't make such noises.
You don't make such noises?
Yeah.
Does she make such noises?
Yeah, she's in body, like you can see.
Okay, my journey started when I was very little. Let me say like 9 years old. That's when I discovered I had a talent. And nilipata mostly
speaking Kiswahili,
yeah.
My dear. If you're confident, speaking Kiswahili.
Yeah. Nilikuwa nacheza napenda sana kucheza na wanaume, maboys tu wadogo. Saa kampani yangu kabisa ilikuwa tu machali, ungenipata na madem nicheze mchezo madem, hata zingine sijuangi up to date. Then after hapo when I was in primary, pia nilikuwa na my teachers wakaona recognize nilikuwa na talent nzuri sana, then wakaanza kunacha talent yangu. Then after nimeza high school, primary sorry, nika join high school nikaanza kucheza. Then there was this coach, ali recognize I'm very wonderful player, akaanza kunitrain. Hata times zingine alikuwa ananipea course, ananiambia wewe ukitoka class jua vile utafanya na hizo coins, nimekupea na ball moja. So I used to get those coins, napanga ni dormitory, naanza kudribble ball katikati ya ya coins, najifunza both legs. So mostly nilikuwa natumia.
So you play with both legs?
Yeah.
That's a talent in itself.
Then nikaendelea hivyo, then the discipline ilikuwa poa. So sikuwa misbehave, mimi nilikuwa napenda kusikia, nilikuwa napenda kufanya chochote chenye naambiwa na coach nafanya. Then nikakuwa captain. Yeah, I captained Gida Girls High School. Nikapeleka hadi East Africa, Nationals, then East Africa. By then zilikuwa ni Eldoret. That was 2016. Alafu after hapo sasa back nataka kurudisha nyuma, bado tukiwa high school. This my club Thika Queens. By then nilikuwa shule, walikuwa napenda sana kukuja kucheza friendly na sisi. they really enjoyed because we were a joy to them.
You challenge them.
Yeah, we challenged them very much.
But you don't say.
Tulikuwa tunawafunga, wanatufunga, wakikuja next time tunawaambia amtufungi. Yeah, tulikuwa tunawafunga sana. Then chairman akaniona, akaona I'm a great player, then akaanza kunifollow bado nikiwa high school. After completion of my high school, akanichukua nikakuja Thika Queens 2017. So nikajoin Thika Queens. Up to now, I'm in Thika Queens and I'm very happy to be there.
And you're only 21 years old.
Yeah.
You have a big future ahead of you. Let me get to Essie. Let me bring Essie. How did you get into football?
This is how I got into football. I can say I started playing at least competitive football way back in primary school. I know I was still young to fit in the school team, but thanks to moving the goalpost when they came to Kilifi, Kenya, of course this is the organization that came to Kilifi. They used football to empower.
So you're a product of moving the goalposts.
But of course, when they came to our school, this is when I got that chance to at least play competitive football, like through moving the goalposts. It is way back in 2001 when they came to Kilifi, Kenya.
You must have been a toy.
But yeah, but I started playing football with my brothers, but only that I couldn't fit in the school team because I was way too young. In lower primary, couldn't play. They were afraid. And that's how I started playing football.
Yeah, but both you're girls, and of course we all know the challenges of girls getting into football. How do you tell your father, your mother, your family that this is what I want to do professionally? How did they take it?
It's not easy, especially from where I come from in Kilifi. My parents were so walikata sana because they were so much into focusing your books, plus where being raised from that ghetto life, they used to think like kucheza ball unaji waste, una waste time and stuff. Being a girl also, it's not easy. But I thank God one time they had to accept. When I got a trip to Algeria in 2007 when I was in class 8, UNICEF in Dakwa, thanks to him, he connected me to All African Games. They were going to All African Games and I happened to go for that trip as a young athlete. So when I came home, there were some goodies and my parents understood and took it really seriously.
Football can bring something home. What was it like for you, Rachel, when you decided, Mom, I want to play football professionally?
My mom was totally against it. She could not understand me playing football because I remember one time nilipata injury ya mkono nikicheza. I was playing with the boys. Then my mom was like, sitagharamikia bili ya OC, jipeleke OC. Hiyo mpira unacheza jipeleke OC. Then nikalia juu hii ni part of me, ni kitu iko ndani yangu. So by the way, I stayed at home. Nikiwa na
with your injury.
Yeah. Then one of my mom's friend akakuja akasema, "Huyu ni mtoto wako. Wacha kumtesa, nipeleke OC. Kama hii ni talent yake, hakuna vile utapinga." Then obvious, a mother is a mother. Akanipeleka OC. Then I remember when I was in primary, I was chosen among the best to represent. By then nilikuwa regionals. Unachaguliwa the best. Unaenda na show. So mnakutana watu from different schools, then mnaunda team moja. Then hapo ndio akaitwa na mwalimu, one of my teacher akamwambia, "Come and see your daughter." So my mom was very happy. Sasa after hapo sasa ndio akafurahia, akasema, "Hey, kama hii ni talent yako, then go for it." And she was very happy.
How do your parents see it now that they see you're playing professionally and you're winning the league?
Now my mom is a happy person.
She's a happy person. Unfortunately, though, because as much as you're successful in the Kenyan Premier League, it still doesn't pay your bills. That must be something that's really frustrating, because even as a parent, yes, I'm proud my daughter is amongst the best in the country, But when it comes to paying bills at home, and I saw Thika Queens got, is it 350,000 for winning the league? You know, so and by the time you break that down to 30 plus people, Essie, I mean, what are some of the challenges you're going through right now? Because you're champions and people, they're expecting you to be flossing. And
with my parents or with the community or everyone at large?
Both. And yourself, because even you want to feel that my talent is able to look after me well.
Like you just mentioned, women football in Kenya, we're still not there. It doesn't pay our bills, but of course. But, you know, as for me, with my parents, they take it different because they have already tested the waters. I've played professional outside the country and they've seen the impact it has brought into my life. But I can say there's so many challenges in that. People think me play, like for example, me being in the Kenya women national team, I mean,
Harambee,
leave alone Harambee Starlets, having won the league, maybe people think it's big. But of course, that's a big deal.
It
but
is.
Unfortunately, it's not like how they're reciprocating it. Because people expect too much from me or from us who play football. They see us as stars, as big people, big names, but in reality, things go groundly different. I wish it was like they thought, like vile iko, like vile tunacheza, ama how they see us, maybe kwa TV tuna receive zile check and stuff, ingekuwa as big as it is. Like that's a very big challenge because people don't understand. You can't sit down and try to explain to someone like iko hivi lakini si vile unaiona, we get nothing. So if someone out there feels like you are at a better place.
Yeah. Tell us about your experience playing for, because you went to, how did you get to play for Besiktas and what was the experience in Turkey?
My experience in Turkey was amazing. Unfortunately, COVID happened before I settled in Besiktas. So I didn't have enough of it, or I didn't have much, because with COVID, everything stopped worldwide. No football, no sports, no nothing. So I was in Turkey, but no football, no nothing. Quite unfortunately, but I can say for the 2 to 3 matches I had an experience with them. I enjoyed in terms of resources and facilities, how the coaches handle their players. They're so professional, I can say, compared to us. They're at a
much higher
level than us. Because with them, like right now they'll be participating in the Champions League. So something I missed, and it is because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I can say it was such a very nice experience. It was not that hard how I made it there. It was through social media, of course. The director, the coach was interested. Of course, he had seen my CV or my videos from some agents, and they kept in touch in Instagram. I talked to the director, and I had to move to Turkey. That easy, but through social media.
Through social media, which is how I've met Rachel. By the way, I met Rachel. This girl is so aggressive on Instagram. In case you don't know, go to I am Rachel Mwema on Instagram, on all social media. That is even how we met. That's how we started chatting. She tags me on everything. Radull repost, you know. But that aggression, as Essie's saying, that's the value of social media. How did you, it's because you're only 21 years old and that's my youth thing. But tell people about the value of social media for you.
Okay, that is a great exposure. Because whenever you have a social media thing, let me call it, people will be interested in you. Watu wanataka kujua huyu ni nani huyu. Tunashinda kuona huku. Then maybe someone might slide and want to know you better and want to help you. So please, it's a good thing.
It's a marketing tool that I think a lot of people underestimate, Essie, because before you needed the mainstream radio, the mainstream TV, the mainstream newspaper covering you for anyone to even hear of you, you know. I've never seen this girl covered in the newspaper. Maybe I don't read newspapers anymore. Everything is online. But I heard of you through Instagram, you know, and paid attention. you know. So I think it's and speak to your fellow athletes, those who are not there.
Yeah, social media is powerful.
If that's how Besiktas found you. By the way, is it Besiktas?
Besiktas. I call it Besiktas. I don't know.
You were there.
No.
Whatever you say is correct.
It depends with your kindergarten teacher how you were taught.
Me, I'm from Bondo. Besiktas. But if they just inboxed you and
yeah, it's a conversation that a certain agent brought it along, and it hung up somewhere, and they took it from there with the director, with Besiktas director.
Okay. What are some of the other challenges? I mean, Essie is fortunate enough that she managed to play international football. To play for a club, at least to go to Turkey and have a different experience. Yeah. What has it been like for you, knowing that you're a champion, but I'm not saying you can't feed your family, but there are financial challenges despite being a champion. I mean, are you guys on a salary? Does the club afford to pay you? And I don't mean this in a bad way. It's just that it's the way it is.
Actually, we're not on salaries because, let's say, for example, Thika Queens. This is a club for one person. Our chairman is in charge of everything, and I can say him alone can't afford to accord us in terms of salaries, transportation, facilitating our camping and stuff. So I'm happy and shout out to you, Frederick Chege, our chairman, Thika Queens, for what he's doing for us, because at least he's facilitating allowances after each and every game. He's facilitating transportation for us to go for trainings, to and fro. And we thank him for that much, because
it's literally from his pocket, his friends,
yeah.
What would be an ideal situation for you, Rachel? Yeah, I mean, at Thika Queens, let's talk at Thika Queens. Let's not even take it further yet. I'll ask you later about your hopes and your dreams. But at Thika Queens, what would be your ideal situation in terms of receiving regular allowances, receiving a salary, getting sponsorship? What do you think can help you to be proud of what you do, you know? And what do you think we as fans can do? What can corporates do? What can the federation do, the government?
Okay, I think I should urge.
Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy, my dear. And by the way, I'm not even looking for trouble. I'm just looking for what would be Essie, what would be an ideal situation for you for Kenyan women's football?
Yeah, for Kenyan women football.
Sweetheart, don't be shy. Is this your first interview? Oh! That's so cute. Sweetheart, you're such a superstar. Trust me, in the next few years, you'll be doing so many. You'll be as loud as her.
I'm not loud yet.
Not yet. Not so. No, but I mean, you're outspoken. You know, you're confident in how you manage yourself. But I guess that comes with time and exposure. Yeah, which you'll get a lot of, Rachel. Trust me.
Yeah.
So, what do you think are some of the things that can be done?
Of course, for us women football, Thika Queens and more clubs, we need sponsorship. At least if there is a chance, when women football get a chance to get sponsorship, it will be a great and big thing for the women in the game, because this is something we lack, and sponsorship could also give us that could also give us women that chance to get there. Kwa sababu we are not yet there, and this is because we don't have that ladder to get us there. And this, sponsorship ndio itatuwezesha sisi. Sponsorship inaweza kuja hata in terms of kukua televised, us getting airtime kwa TV and stuff, which ni exposure kubwa sana. Other countries wanaona Kenya, ligi ya Kenya inaendelea hivi, tupate sponsorships wenye at least hata tukishinda ligi there is a good prize for the champion.
For the ladies, yeah.
Ikuwe like tukipata good sponsorship tunakuwa na hata vile games ina facilitation ya game, yani tunapata things of a different level, tunaenda to a certain class of which it will be a great thing for the women.
Because how does it feel for you when you're seeing the men's game getting all these sponsors, title sponsors, club sponsors, and you're just being ignored? And yet, if we come and watch your games, they're just as entertaining, you're just as talented, you work just as hard.
Sad state of things now. Tunasikitika, tunafadhaika, but it's so unfortunate. It's like it's out of our jurisdiction. There's nothing we can do about it. But we thank God we got you, Radull, queen of all odds, and I'm sure...
My head is growing.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is through you. And I'm not talking of any other person, because now I'm seated in front of our biggest sports promoter.
I'm being put on the spot.
Yeah, the biggest sports promoter. We're tired of going to Karamoja, Kibera, I don't know what. We now want it to be, at least unajua, like right now, hata machali wako na tournament big zenye zinawapatia big prices hata kushinda ligi. At least maybe if we women, we have such a thing, Radull, such a thing. Tunaweza kuwa mahali.
Anyway, I was supposed to have a women's tournament, let me just say now, and then we had the second COVID lockdown, but we were in plans, we were in the process of having this tournament, which now you've put me on the spot, it has to happen.
Yeah, and it should be for women. See, women playing for national team Hawaii.
It was women only.
Women
only, 100%.
Yeah,
so
women.
I'm just hoping that the COVID situation can cool down as well. I got my second jab. Have you guys got your jabs?
Yeah.
You've got your jabs, eh? We all get our jabs, then we have we do something for the women. But I agree. I completely agree. But my only challenge with these tournaments is, I mean, they're great, but they're a one-off, they're exposure, and then they go. So for me, if I was to ask myself the same question I've asked you, we actually need title sponsors for women's game. We need concerted effort to expose the women's game more. Last year, we were doing, before COVID hit, you know, the Jazz Study activations we were doing. We're actually supposed to do our first women's Premier League game in Thika in April last year. I can't remember who Thika Queens were playing, but it was in April last year. Then COVID just
happened.
And at the time, Batika were already sponsoring the Jazz Study campaign. Then things just went. But I'm hoping this year, when things settle.
Yeah, those are the things we can't wait and we're looking forward to. Kwa sababu, these are the things that will keep us ladies in the limelight. Kwa sababu already haitoshi. Unaona kama sahi women are playing football. Tuko na everywhere. Na sahi, like everywhere sahi unapata women football imepewa mwangaza. Sahi yani, it's growing, and we should go with time. Vile inchi zengine ina grow, it should also happen in our country. Kwa sababu, like I said, we need this airtime. Unaona tukipata hiyo airtime, tuko na clips to show. Sasa utaonyesha aje profile yako, your CV without clips. Who is going to buy you? Who is going to be
live?
Yeah.
Nobody's been paying attention.
Another reason as to why many of us hatujapata chance ya kuplay abroad. Kwa sababu when someone approaches you, will be like, show me your CV, some clips please, and you don't have.
Yeah, because you have to have the clips where you're playing an active game, not just training or whatever it is.
Yeah, but of course, yeah. And something we're missing. That's why I'm reminding you, Radull. Tunangoja Radull tournament, blah, blah, blah.
I thought at the beginning of the season, when you got a broadcast sponsor from Star Times, I thought the FKF had said they were going to show 1 or 2 women's Premier League games.
Maybe rumors, like I also heard. I don't know, I'm not sure.
Because at least the playoffs should have been broadcast live. At least the final.
We were live. I think it was live on Facebook. I think
it was on Facebook.
You missed it?
I didn't get it live. But you see, marketing is another problem.
Marketing is another problem.
Yeah. And this is me who pays attention. So imagine the rest of the fan base.
I'm even sad about that. So you didn't watch our playoffs? They were live on Facebook.
Anyway, I want us to take a short break. I want us to take a very short break. Guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, oh gosh, I've not given away Safaricom airtime. When you come back, I'll give away both Safaricom airtime, both scratch cards. And then we're going to talk a bit about Harambee starlets playing for the national team and a few other issues we want to bring to your attention. So see you after the break. Welcome back to Radull Live. Yes, I am here with the Essie Akida and Rachel Muema. Yes, thika queens, champions, Harambee starlets, and the bomb. You guys are the bomb.
Yeah,
but maybe I shouldn't say that word because there's certain words that are flagged on social media. But before we went, while we were on the break, Essie, you never stopped talking. By the way, Essie, you're so passionate. What were you telling me about?
I was inquiring. I wanted you to tell me. I don't know where we're going wrong as women. Why are we not getting these sponsorships? Betika is sponsoring the men league. Betway is doing, I don't know, Betway Cup.
The cup.
Something we are missing. I don't understand why we can't be accorded this.
You know, for me, I also don't understand it. I also don't understand it simply because as women's football, I think right now we're more successful than the men's game, than Harambee Stars, whether you accept it or not. The things that Harambee Starlets has managed to achieve with zero support, so to speak, is unbelievable.
In a
because
flick
you
of
guys,
time.
you represent us in Africa. You were Sakafa champions the other day. You were runners-up the other day. You were the things that women's football have achieved. So it is, for me as well, an injustice. I think it is an injustice. On a personal level, I will speak to the corporates I know and ask them why not.
In fact, you're late, Radull. Why didn't you do this, Jana?
But there's something I did do, Jana, which because it hasn't been confirmed yet, I can't speak about it. But I have mentioned the women's game to certain corporate partners that I have. But it's not me to make announcements for anybody, yeah? So I'll keep quiet on that. But it is a challenge to corporate Kenya why they are not stepping up to market the women's game. Because your games are as entertaining. Your talent and the hard work that goes behind it is there. There's no explanation.
Yeah,
There is actually no explanation. But tell me about your Harambee starlets experience, because you even played for under 20s.
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
Okay.
And what was the experience like?
Back in 2017, yeah, when I was chosen, when we were nationals.
And you can speak in Swahili. When you speak in Swahili, you're more confident, my dear. Be yourself.
Yeah.
I'm myself. Back in 2017, we were chosen. So it was like a selection back in Eldoret. Then after Apple, I was among the selected one. Nika-join under 20. Tukaingia camp. Then nilikuwa na feel poa sana cause wearing that jersey. Hata kama ni kwa training, it was such a good feeling. I never thought kama one day nitafikia hapo. Nikisema tu under 20 nilipiga hizo game zote. Then my best feeling ilikuwa tukicheza na Ghana. Even though tulipigwa bao mingi sana, but I felt
baptism of fire.
On the way, it was not good. But nilifurahia sana. The only goal 10-1.
So over 2 legs, you were beaten 10-1, but at least that one goal was scored by Rachel Mwema. But that's how you get in the game, because I am sure, I can say with confidence that Ghana women don't go through what you go through, or what Harambee starlets go through, you know. So it's not on you. It's actually on us.
Yeah.
It's on the administration, it's on the country. We're the ones who've actually failed you, not the other way around.
Ghana is a step ahead. Wait, Ghana is a step ahead.
Ghana is a step ahead. I remember I covered them during Women's AFCON. I think it was in 2010 in South Africa, towards the end of 2010. I covered them with SuperSport, and they're unbelievable. Ghana, Nigeria, even Tanzania. The investment they've made in their women's football.
Yeah, it's big time. Yeah.
It's shame on us. It's shame on us.
It's shame on you.
The biggest promoters we have. Yeah, it's true.
But you see, that's the problem. You guys are considering me the biggest promoter.
But of course you are.
People don't realize that I actually have a full-time job that has nothing to do with sport. Nothing. What I do for sport is in my spare time. It's only now that I'm trying to make it my main hustle.
It's funny.
But it's never been my main hustle.
It's in your spare time, but it looks, how we say it, it's like you're giving it 100%.
I try. I really, I try because of having conversations with people like you.
We appreciate.
If you just, Essie, take me through your day, just so people understand. What time do you wake up? When do you train? When do you, take me through your day. I want people to understand what you go through to become the athlete you are.
Okay. I wake up at...
And this is when you're in season, eh?
Yeah, when the season is on, I wake up at 7 in the morning. I have 1 hour to check off. I travel to Thika for training at 11. So I have like 2 hours on the road, before training. I train at 11 to 1. I travel back to Nairobi.
Another 2 hours.
Another 2 hours before I get to Nairobi. I'll get to Nairobi maybe saa 9, saa 9 if I use Manchester, the fastest wherever. Kabla nifike nyumbani.
Manchester here, they're banned.
Kabla nifike nyumbani, I have to prepare lunch for me. So kabla hata I prepare lunch. So sometimes maybe naweza kosa prepare because I'm tired. Maybe I'll have eaten chipo mwitu or whatever, you know.
Which is not ideal for...
It's not ideal. In fact, not enough time for recovery. That's why I grow small by day. You know? Kabla, I also need to rest after taking lunch. I take shower, I rest. I wake up saa 3. Like, it's hectic. Saa 3 I wake up, niko na sapa ya kumake, I have football to watch, I have series, I have everything to do. I have my phone to do. It's hectic. Si rahisi kukua the Esiakida in football.
And yet we're here shouting,
you're
not performing, we're the ones screaming at you.
And that's my day-to-day routine on a daily season.
But it's a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah. But of course, yes, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of everything, even a lot of frustrations and blah, blah, blah. Vitu hizo normal za kawaida, yeah.
What has your Harambee starlets experience been like, Cassie?
My Harambee starlets experience has been, I won't miss to say great feeling. It has been awesome. being that when I was in high school, I felt like I was this good player, but I felt like I can't fit in the national team because maybe I'm still in school. I don't have time to juggle school and that at the same time. I also felt like, back then I also felt like being in the national team ni ya watu wa Nairobi, because you know I come from the interior part of Kilifi, you know.
Pia watu wana mwili.
Pia ni ya watu wa so, you know. But when I got this feeling back in 2012, nilikuwa academy, it was a great feeling. Nilikuwa so excited, like time imefika. Mami, unajua sasa ninachezea national team. Nimeitwa come to Ethiopia. In fact, psyched. Yeah, I was so psyched, crazy. Plus, year 2012 I was a top scorer. At that time I was the top scorer. Your time nilikuwa leading top scorer. Ndo nichukuliwe niende hiyo camp nini. It was such an exciting feeling. Pia ilikuwa nacheza na wakali. In that academy, my best players wote wa hii dunia, like wa hii Kenya. So it was such a great feeling, but it's so unfortunately my first debut in Ethiopia, playing against Ethiopia, tulikulwa and it was Mnyamwa's regime. Bado tulikulwa 5 but bado tulifurahia, tumepanda ndege, tumevaa national team colors. Yeah, it was fun.
But it must be frustrating for you. You're seeing these countries, Ethiopia, Tanzania, there's nothing they have that we don't have.
Exactly.
Yet they've managed to grow their girls game.
But you know what, that time I didn't have that exposure. So I saw Ethiopia, they're big. I felt like, them ni wakali hivi and stuff. They're so professional and stuff. We were starting. We weren't there yet. So to me it was such a great feeling. And from 2012 ikakuwa sasa kawaida kukua national team, and it came a time now I'm feeling we don't deserve this. We need more. Yani tunafaa kukua na this certain treatment. We can't be beaten all the time. Kukua national team is big. When you go back home, people are looking at you like, umekuja na mado and stuff. But unfortunately not, kwa sababu like it said, federation peke yake haiwezi. We need those sponsorships.
But the federation, is there something the federation is not doing that you think they should do? Because at the end of the day, even marketing, it's them to market you, you know?
Yeah.
It's them to approach the corporates, not Radull.
Yeah, but we are the queens of your heart, right? Take it from there. Take it from there.
This chick has come with an agenda.
Yeah, take it from there, cause.
But how does the federation treat you? How are you treated in the camp?
I can say it's trying. The new regime, it's trying. I can say it's not yet there, but it's trying. Cause it's through them that we happen to go to Alcon. Cause before we didn't even honor the qualifiers, the fixtures. At least when they came in, we started honoring the fixtures, and boom, it happened. We qualified for Alcon, and it's from them. So
what do you think about your current coach? Because you changed coaches in national team recently. David Ouma, a good friend of mine, but I understand he had to attend to other matters. How is the current coaching staff? Or you haven't been in camp? Have you?
No, she knows better. I'm not.
You know better, Rachel. Have you had a chance to? Because I know you were supposed to play Zambia, then that was cancelled because of COVID issues. But have you been in camp?
Yeah.
Since you got the new coach.
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's a good feeling. Having a new coach. Let me say it's a change of atmosphere. Because most of us were used to the other coach. Then unapata kuna coach mwingine pia akona tactics zake. So you have to adhere to, then adapt. And
but what was David Ouma like as a coach? Do you miss being under him?
I wasn't under him.
Oh, you were never under? Essie, were you coached under David Ouma?
Yeah, I was coached under David Ouma. David Ouma is that ruthless, aggressive, harsh, mention it. Ni coach mmoja mwingine hatari, but neza mpongeza sana. He did a great job. Juu kudili na wasichana wenye hujai kuwa nao. Juu unajua yali kuja hivyo 2015 tuka make it na yetu Alcon, si kitu kirahisi. na it's someone kama mimi nimekuwa kwa game ya madem, it's someone sikuwa I literally knew about him, sikuwa namjua kabisa, lakini hivyo kukuja kuclick kuhappen kwenda AFCON si kitu kidogo. Alijaribu, he did his best, he even won Sekafa, win silver whatever, he did great at his time. Sema tu it's see up to us ama see up to yeye pia. Kadri unavyoendelea na maisha, leo uko hapa, kesho uko pale, ni kawaida.
What's the difference between, because national team you have a male coach, Thika Queens you have that lovely lady who are interviewed here by the way as well. What's the difference between that, and would you want the national team coach also to be a woman? Because we've seen what she's done with Thika Queens.
Of course we would love that, kwa sababu what these men are doing can't do on our own. We're in the game, we're doing it. Thika Queens has won the league with a female coach.
Thank you.
But of course we can, kama we can be champions with that lady, mbona tusiweze kukua champions in the other fields with our lady?
Because that could be one of our problems, that we're just waiting for these men to come and do everything for us.
No, I don't think we're waiting for men to come and do it for us, but like we say, it's not in our jurisdiction. Wakisema ni mwanaume anakuja, it's fine. Akisema ni mdem, we're happy.
What is Benta like as a coach? And first of all, when you see her, tell her congratulations from me for winning the Premier League.
Tell her, she's watching
Benta, congratulations for winning the Women's Premier League. That is a national team coach. That's coach of Thika Queens. I interviewed her on one show here. Unfortunately, it was during bad COVID times, so we did it. It was a Zoom interview. But an amazing woman, and I remember I had her and the coach of Ulinzi Starlets at the same time, and she told him, "I'm going to beat you to this title," and he didn't believe her.
Yeah, we went unbeaten. I bet to beat her. Tukimpiga.
You talk to Benta. Tell Benta what she means to you as your coach of your club.
Okay, Coach Benta.
Talk to her. Talk to her. She's watching.
Coach Benta, I'm very happy to be your player, and I'm very happy for you as my coach. Because ingekuwa ni wewe, by the way, I'm used to you. Ni coach wangu, wewe ni coach wangu wa nguvu. I love you. Congratulations.
Oh, I wish you could put love heart emojis. What about you, Essie? Because you've played for several clubs, you've gone through different administrations. This one jumps straight into Thika Queens from school.
Yeah.
What about me to my coach?
Yes, you to your coach as well.
Me to my coach, Coach Benta.
Here, this camera.
Coach Benta, congratulations. Coach wetu wa power, like Mwema said, coach wetu wa nguvu. Umetufikisha, umetubebesha title lingine big hapa Kenya. Maze congratulations. Alafu wewe kukuwa mdem, alafu si mdem tu, coach Miang mdem, si kitu kidogo pia kudilina, si unajua. Maze pamoja.
I even speak to your teammates, because it's not I mean, I wish I could have had the whole team on set. Unfortunately,
you didn't ask for that.
No, the space is not enough, and then because of COVID we also have to limit. So what would you like to say to your teammates, because this is a team win, it's not individuals?
Okay, I want to congratulate you, my teammates. Ingekuwa wewe hatungefika hii safari, but tulionyeshana upendo na ile unity na kuwa pamoja. We supported each other. Thank you very much. Receive my love emojis. Ndio hizo.
And you, Essie?
Naweza sema.
And don't start naming them, because then you'll miss out some names and then you'll have domes.
Congratulations Thika Queens at large. Nawapenda sana, mazee tumetoka mbali, we've done it big. Kubeba hii title haikuwa kitu rahisi, but najua through determination tumekuwa nayo, kungangana, hard work pamoja, tulikuwa tunajua we were looking forward to it, na tulikuwa tunajua tutaipata, inshallah tukaipata. Mazee congratulations mingi, congratulations to our MVP, top scorer Mwanaalima Dogo, congratulations pia Monica, she was the best goalkeeper of this season. Not forgetting our chairman Frederick Chege Mazeo, you've done a very, very fantastic job leading us and taking us through this journey mpaka to make champions. Thank you. Big up, Sticker Quiz.
I think he used to call KBC radio. Sense alarms. Now, what are your hopes and dreams for the future, Rachel? How far do you want to go with football?
Okay.
And which is your dream club?
Me, one day I would like to find myself playing for Arsenal.
Arsenal, ladies.
Yeah, Arsenal.
But ladies at least are successful.
Yeah,
oh man, the time will come. Next season. And it's possible.
Yeah, inshallah.
It's possible, inshallah.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite players in the world? Who do you look up to?
Okay, I look up to Alex Morgan. This is my favorite. I really like her
That's
game.
USA.
Yeah.
USA, what America has done, the women, in fact, that is a country where the ladies shine when it comes to football,
Yeah.
So you want to be like Alex Morgan when you grow up?
Yeah, I really want to be like her.
When you grow up.
Yeah.
Essie, what are your hopes and dreams?
My hopes and dreams, I'm still not yet there. I'm working to get there. I want to fulfill my dreams, and I'm working hard towards it. And fulfilling my dreams is signing at this better club. And talking of better, I mean structure-wise, financial status, resourceful club and stuff. With that, nikipata hiyo nafasi tu, I believe ndakuwa nime conquer my dream.
And for Kenyan football, because it's only natural that your dream club is a European club. But of course, at some point in life, we would like to see our own leagues get to positions where maybe they're not paying that, but at least they're paying regular salaries, your facilities are there. Because I see Premier League, sometimes you have to play in the morning because there are no facilities. You know, you're like second-class citizens when it comes to football. So what are your dreams for football in Kenya, both for men and women's game? Because even the men, as much as they have sponsorships, they have the same challenges, eh? Where would you like to see Kenyan football as a whole? You can go first, Essie.
But of course, I would love to see Kenya football at a different level. Of course, next level, at a notch higher than it is now. I won't say we are still not yet there. Like, what I can say is that we're trying and we're getting there with time. But I would wish when we get that chance to get at that level so that we can also be paid playing for our own league, because it could matter big time. Because I don't see the need of why I should go abroad to play and my league is paying well here. It can sustain me, it can pay my bills. I think that's what I would love and dream for our women football here in Kenya. And for that to happen, we'll go back to sponsorship. Radull push hard, Radull go hard on this sponsorship thing. Women football needs to get sponsorship so for us to get paid, to pay our bills.
I'll actually send this challenge almost back to you, because at the end of the day, what sponsors want, sponsors are not charities, sponsors are businesses.
Businesses, of course.
Anyone who sponsors you would want to see their product consumed. Whether it's Coca-Cola, whether it's Tuzo, whether it's whatever. They're looking for their customers in your game.
In our game.
So at the end of the day, even clubs and federations need to work on things like the fan base. You need to work on now social media is a whole different monster in terms of getting people to pay attention to you. Because those corporates will say, okay, we sponsor Women's Premier League.
What will they get
how many people will view it? How many people will go and buy my milk or my product at the end of the day? And that is something that has to come from you guys,
from us,
you know, not from. I try and do what I can. I try to share your flyers. I try to get people to follow you and support the girls. But at the end of the day, the work has to. You see, it's easy to support you too, because you're active on social media. You're active with your games, and like this, your photos are on you've gone and found the professional photos, you've posted them. But I wish every player could be doing that.
Do you know what, when I say like you do the supporting thing, for women football to grow, it will start with, like you said, it's easy to support us too. Start it from there. Support the two, and that's how we're going to grow by step. Because if you won't start it with the one person, how will we get to that big number?
It's true.
That's what I mean. If I talk of support and sponsorship, it doesn't mean you start it with the big number or and if maybe it's impossible.
Just one person.
It doesn't matter. One person of all, queen of all odds.
You are the queen of my heart. You are the queen of my heart. Let's talk a bit about men's football. Tomorrow we have a big derby. There's Gor Mahia versus AFC Leopards. I'm just throwing a spanner in the works. What are your predictions for those games?
Can I ask you a question, Radull?
Ask me.
Have you ever hosted sportsmen in your show?
Several times, yes.
And do you ask them about women football? Do
I
they
do.
know? Do they know
By the way,
something?
I do.
Really?
Yes.
And what's their
I
take?
do.
What's their take about
Most
women
of them. By the way, I asked almost all my guests about the women's game, whether it's football, whether it's rugby, because I don't only do football.
Because I understand with
hockey,
support, even our men counterparts can help us in this. Isn't
Talk
it?
to them.
Yeah, our men counterparts. Out there, I know you don't know that Thika Queens have won the Women Premier League title. Na unajua nyinyi kutu support kupata, si we need support from kina Betika or the big sponsors peke. We also need that in-house support, that internal support, and it is from you, our men counterpart. Hakuna vile minta kesho I'm planning I'm eagerly waiting for God versus FC and you didn't even you are not glued to watch Thika Queens versus Gaspo. Support means that mona yetu tuona yenu tafadhali please.
But challenge them. So you meet them out there. Do you challenge them when you meet them?
Of course we do. But
you I know you do. you stick to SC.
How sure are you?
Rachel, stick to SC. I'm sure she'll teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, that's it. Support is si lazima ati we get. So like you said, it's easy to support one, kabla ufike 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm talking about, Radull. So
the support, the internal support, I think also needs to grow.
Yeah.
Because we always look for other people to blame, but we never blame ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and but then I always tell fans, ask yourself, what can I do? On Saturday, can I go and watch the game? And when I get there, can I not ask for a complimentary? It's just 100, 200 bob, you know. Our attitude is so poor.
And like also you mentioned, you like sponsorship is business. For someone to come and sponsor the women football, kuna hiyo thought of atapata nini, si ndio? Sasa from someone like you, sisi wenye hatujui in women football, ndo sisi to understand, because I'm sure women in the game maybe bado hawaelewi. Everyone is like yualilia kupata hiyo sponsorship, but I understand like sponsorship, it's a business. Yule ndo akusponsor and I need to get something in return. You need to empower us with that. We need classes, we need to learn. Yeah, we need to learn, get empowered, tukuwe na hiyo information like kuwa tunafaa kufanya hivi, madem nafaa mkuwe na pages zenu, mkuwe na platforms, muji-advertise, mkuwe mna post video zenu, mkuwe mna post pictures zenu and stuff. we will only learn this from such people.
But you see, Essie, you're putting me on the spot for everything.
That's why I'm at Radull live now.
Somewhere Radull also has to do her thing and earn her living.
I know.
Because this one is a labor of love.
True.
It is a labor of love. I
Queen
don't
of your
make
heart.
any money from the women's game. I don't even make money from the men's game.
Exactly.
You know, at the end of the day, I also have to hustle and feed my family. But it is a challenge for me. And I'm glad to see that other media ladies, especially, are also paying attention to women's games. I try to mentor some of these young girls who, they all pass through my hands. Kina Eda Waringa, Wambora, they all pass through my hands. Michelle Katami, and their hearts are in the right place in trying to help support the women's game. So there are people looking out for you. The progress may be slow because at the end of the day, it has to come from the federation, from the national team. But rest assured, you're not alone. But this is how we start with these conversations. Yeah, and it's great that you honored this interview. You'll do so many more interviews, my dear. Stick to Essie. What have you learned from Essie with all her experience?
She's very talkative.
She's very talkative. And on the pitch?
She's a great player.
A
Such
leader.
a kind to work with.
Eh? You learn a lot from her. She has experience, as you can see. That's why she's like this.
I'm bitter.
But keep it up.
I'm bitter. I'm bitter.
You're
That's
bitter?
why. Yeah, I'm bitter.
Why?
I'm not yet there. And this is a very big challenge to me. Like right now nimetoka maju, nimekuja mtaani, nimerudi kucheza local. Have you imagined like your challenge napata, queries napata from people, ama what people see of me, like
because the belief was
ushapata,
you've gone
uko
to
there.
Besiktas, you've gone to Turkey. From Turkey, you'll go to France, then you'll go to England. So
Yeah.
I'm sure those...
Yeah, there is that, and there is also the other side of umetoka majuu uko poa. Unaelewa? Wakati I'm not yet there, I'm looking forward to, I'm fighting to get there, you know? How will I get to convince these people? Say niko Radull live, there is someone who feels like, hey, Radull live. We, unajua Radull is such a big person. Ukienda kwa live, umefika, you know? And when people see you on screen, they feel like, you got it all. Umeglow hapo kwa screen, nini, you got it all, you know? Hiyo ni changamoto.
But it's not the kwa ground.
It's not, kwa ground vitu ni different. Unapata. Sasa ingekuwa poa, yani like, as icons, Mwema playing for national team, akifika Kitui, ikue, what people think ama they see about Mwema wanasikia kwa ikue real. Like Mwema akifika Kitui, anaweza inspire mtu, not only kwa kuongea, work hard, nini, unajua siku hizi inasemekana, history ya kuambia mtu work hard, sijui, tumechoka nayo. Connect people. Dunga hiyo waya huko, peleka huko, mfikishe. Si story na Mwema umekuja, we unatuongelesha, hatutaki hizo my inspirations that talk to whatever. Umekuja Mwema,
so
we're expecting utupatie viatu, tupatie socks we don't have, nini. It reach a point itabaki Mwema anatumia, hana kitu, bora imlipi, lakini anatumia what she has please tu area watu kuona vitu zinaenda hivi, msijali, iko sawa na iko sawa.
But it's so true, because people see you, or you go to Shags and they're like, hey, I saw you in the newspaper, I saw you on TV.
Yeah.
Wapi mkati, buy this, pay for this, put fuel in the car.
Exactly.
And there's nothing to show for it.
On that note, it's a big shame when someone, a great fan of you, tells you, ati nataka jezi yako. Surely.
Yeah, it's true.
Like it's my only jersey.
It's not only yours, ni a team.
By the way, first of all, can you go back and tell your chairman to print jerseys?
Yeah, with
for fans.
With finances, akiona atatufanyia.
Because it's another source of revenue for you.
Yeah,
today, I would have loved to wear a Thika Queen's jersey. I would have even liked a harambee starlets jersey. I couldn't find one. I've worn Olunga for 14. I should be wearing starlets, not stars, you know.
It's true.
And I find with most of the women's, I don't know any women's team that has printed jerseys for sale or anything like that. And it's a challenge to you, especially now, back-to-back champions.
Yeah.
Thika Queens should have their jerseys available for fans. I'll buy, I'll even market for you.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, I've been marketing for men's clubs, but women, I can't market something and they can't find it in the shelves.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge for your chairman.
Yeah.
If you
Chairman Frederick Chege, that's a challenge to you. Kindly do this for us to grow big. Print the jersey Radull wants to buy. Yeah, Radull and others. Radull and her team.
Yes. No, on a serious note.
Yeah, it's true. It's
buy.
true. Yeah.
Because a lot of fans, they want to support, but we also have to make it easy for them to support.
Exactly.
You know, no one is going to start hustling
Yeah,
and saying, you know, it's too hard to find a jersey, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
I tell them, there's a pay bill, blah, 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 or you go to Moy Avenue, this shop, you find it.
Radull, can I ask you a question, please?
Ask.
Yes, I know it's
Like she's
difficult.
interviewing me. But then we're almost done.
I know it's difficult, like you mentioned, for us to get sponsorship. It's a two-way traffic, it's a business, whatever. But if I may ask you, maybe I've asked friends, but I haven't gotten the right answer. Ama sijapata hiyo mwangaza ya kufika hapo. Unaelewa? I understand. Yani, I want to get it from you. Yeah, I'm Esiakida, she's Mwema. We have pages, we have platforms. We've been posting things there and whatever. Ndio, maybe for example, Betika or other sponsorships, unaweza pata they can't come into women football to vap. Hivo tu, si ndio? Lakini through Mwema ama through Esiakida, Betika can support me, si ndio? I can get to advertise their products in my pages and I get a fee, which it will help me grow. And I will only not grow, but I'll also help a teammate grow. Hapo nita affect team and tamwambia, unajua na advertise products za Betika ndo napata hii fee, hivi ni juu ya Betika, you know? I'll influence them to also have their platforms, get to understand this and this. Sasa nilikuwa nataka kuulizaje, how do I get to be an ambassador of a certain nini? How do I get, do people apply? Ama is it lazima you get to be approached? Because when I was in Besiktas, I had a teammate, she was like, she wrote to Nike. Kwa sababu ilikuwa nimesikia you need to have a big following, big likes, big number of views and stuff. Sema kuna hivyo tu. Lakini if I look at this lady, she has no numbers. And she's like, I reached out to Nike, I wrote to them, I wrote a proposal. That's why Nike is sponsoring me, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear any vitu kaizo. And I was like, really? Wakati mimi ati Kenya usinione. Sasa people out there, they're surprised. Yani wewe Kenya ndo ati, you are the big names doing nini, and you are, and I'm like, kwa hivyo.
It's a combination, because at the end of the day, these guys are marketing, just the way you want them to sponsor your club, and they need to see their consumers, which are your fans. It's the same way with social media influencing. But it also helps to build a brand behind those numbers. So you have to put content where your fan base on social media will grow, but you also have to make sure you grow brand SE. So that you're a brand that you're also a brand. You're a brand that these brands want to align with. You see, I'm fortunate in that I have taken many years to grow my social media platform. That is why I have the following on Twitter, on Facebook, on these other platforms. It's through constant finding out what do your audience want to hear from you. What they want to hear evolves over time. Kitambo, I just put fixtures, results, things like that. Now they want banter, they want photos, they want to see Radull playing a sport, the different things. So you evolve with what the fan base wants, so that your fan base grows. Because at the end of the day, these corporates also still want to sell to their customers who are now your followers. But it helps when you are a brand that they can say, you know what, I look at Essie, how she carries herself. She doesn't get involved in scandals. She's people want to be like Essie when she grows up. She works hard. She's fit. She's healthy. You know. So that also helps. But unfortunately, numbers grow slowly.
Definitely, they take time.
We're reaching a place though where corporates are also taking on influencers with low numbers, but a lot of influence. So they may not pay you what they pay someone else with a lot of numbers, but from your level, they know you can influence 50, 100, 200 people. As opposed to 100,000 or 200,000. So it's possible. But it doesn't hurt to have, like I have a social media profile that I have put on PowerPoint, where it's me, my numbers, my campaigns I've worked on, what I stand for, my beliefs, my hopes, my dreams. So have a written down proposal on yourself. I'm fortunate enough that I'm literally inboxed almost daily by corporates. Can we do something with your brand? No. Some of them can't afford me, some can, but it takes time. When people say trust the process, it is a process. It won't happen tomorrow. But it's something you have to constantly work on to get there. It's just like you didn't become a champion overnight. The work is done behind the scenes. But we can consult further. We've actually gone for 1 hour. So we have to close the show, but we can consult further offline, and wherever I can support you, I'll support you. I had the same conversation with someone like Nedia Tieno.
In fact, I mean to Masana, I shout out Nedia Tieno for that big support person. I'm here with Radull. Nishamwel, unaona vitu nimeambia Radull. Nishamwambia about that lunch. I'm here to tell her. So usijali.
No wonder you sounded like that. You were sounding like Neddy behind the scenes.
Neddy's a playmate. Neddy's a playmate, sweetheart, everything.
And she's aggressive on social media. You see how she started her Ned Sports. There's a day she sold for me those football boots I was wearing yesterday. She sold me those boots and I was opening them. I put on my Insta story. She started getting inquiries. Chris Darling inquired. Shazana, who's an Olympian for archery, inquired. And they're all inquiring on Instagram. And I told her, Neddy, you're only on Facebook. Why are you not on Instagram as Ned Sports? I screenshot for her the inquiries. Do you know, within 10 minutes, she had opened Ned Sports on Instagram. And she had posted. And I sent all those people to her. Chris Darling bought his shoes from her. Shazana bought her shoes from her.
We are grateful.
So the aggression also has to come from you when you're told, be aggressive. You are too sweet. We'll teach you.
So apart from being aggressive, what do you think of us? Hatujatosha bado? What do you think as your perspective?
Both of you are going places in your own right. Of course, you're further along than she is by virtue of the fact that you've had more years in the game, more experience in the game. This girl is so aggressive on social media. I'm even surprised she's a little bit timid because on social media, she's in your face. So keep doing what you're doing and do it more, you know? And you'll get to, I don't want to tell you to work hard, whatever. You know those things. That's why you've achieved what you've achieved. So just stay on the right track, stay focused, and stay humble. As much as I said, as much as I said you can be arrogant because you're champion.
You're that humble.
So, any parting shot before we close?
Any parting shot?
Any parting shot?
Thank you for hosting us at Radull Live. It was such a great. We had such a great time together. Nimefurahia sana.
And now we're friends.
Yeah, no, we have been friends.
We have been friends.
And you should stop asking people like, I need to reach. No, unajua pale pa kunitoa.
Parting shot, Rachel.
I'm very much grateful. My first time kukumit. I'm very happy.
And not your last time.
Yeah, not my last time. I'm very happy. Yeah.
And next time we'll meet on the field. I don't know how to play football to save my life, but we'll meet there. But thank you guys, and thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week on Radull Live. We'll do this all over again with other sports people, but these conversations, they continue offline. So we'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.